Today, we're unraveling the magic of sourdough, a baking tradition that's not just a passing trend, but a timeless practice.
Forget about commercial yeast. Sourdough relies on a special starter, a mix of water and flour that develops a population of wild yeast and bacteria, making it not just a flavorful choice, but a healthier one too.
As for me, sourdough holds a special place in my heart. It's not just about the taste, it's a personal love story. Struggling with yeast intolerance, sourdough has changed my relationship to bread, allowing me to savor every bite without guilt or bloat.
In this episode of Nature's Gifts, we are entering Masa Madre's bakery to learn about the process of making bread from starter to loaf. I am thrilled to explore the world of sourdough with a dear friend and expert, Ghadi. He's the mastermind behind some seriously tasty creations, always experimenting with his starter to bring the best in sourdough delights.
So first stage is the autolyse, which is putting the flour and the water together. All we gotta do now is just mix them both. We just give it like 15 to 20 minutes because the flour we're using is quite, it's a strong flour. And what we do is letting the flour and the water bond together to form the gluten which we need. Alright, so we put the khamira, or the starter, voila. The starter and the salt, and we mixed it. That's the final mixing.
I've tried doing my own starter and I have miserably failed. So what are the kind of tips that you have for anyone trying to start?
The main thing is that you can't use bleached flour.
Why?
Because it's stripped of everything, technically.
Okay.
All the nutrients. If it's less processed, it's better. What you do is take flour, water, mix them together, and then leave them for like 24 hours.
Okay.
And then you take half of that mixture and then you feed it again like a day or 2 days later. We just have to make sure that it's like the right consistency, well balanced. So technically right now we're loading the proofer. It's a small closet with controlled temperature and humidity, which we need in winter because it's really cold. Since it's freezing outside, we need it to stabilize the temperature so the bread can ferment properly. So if you don't score the loaf, it's gonna kind of like explode at its weakest point, which is the bottom.
Okay.
Why do we preheat the pot? Because you need to shock the loaf. You need to give it as much heat at one go. Okay. Because if you give it heat gradually, then it's gonna be I started baking with this pot, like Masa started with this pot.
No way.
And since we're just baking one loaf,
We're going back to basics.
yes we are.
Bit of humidity.
Cover the pot.
The OG masa pot.
And then back to the oven it goes.
Amazing.
Ta-da! Let's go.
Oh my god.
See?
Wow.
Okay,
is
so
hot.
the benefits.
Yes.
First of all, the long fermentation breaks down most of the gluten,
Okay.
so which makes it more digestible.
For people that are yeast intolerant like I am, there is no problem to digest it at all.
It doesn't have yeast, but like if you have a gluten intolerance, you might as well give it a try.
Okay.
And
see how you react to it.
Yes.
That crunch. I'd say that the main reason why sourdough bread is more beneficial for us is because of the long fermentation process. Some of the reasons are it helps with blood sugar regulation because that fermentation allows the glycemic index to be lower than regular breads. So that would help people with diabetes and other people that just are looking for more stable energy. Honestly, we finished the whole loaf of bread and we didn't even cook make our sandwich yet.
Done.
What are we making today?
So we're improvising.
I love that.
We're gonna make a salmon sandwich.
And it's all gonna be wrapped up in the olive sourdough bread of masa madre.
For me, this is a bit of onions. Cucumber.
Okay. Beetroot, young. Italian fennel. Let's start with that.
Lemon juice.
Everything's turning pink. I love it. Oh, the salmon smells really nice.
That's very good there. Not gonna smash it
2-minute sandwich. For the sandwich. Yum.
No, the Barbie salmon.
A big fan of the pink. And the
It's the
fuchsia.
highlight. You
My
should,
dog.
you should add a really like dramatic quote right now. Quote someone.